Hey, welcome back. In the previous tutorial, I have shown you how we can print something on the browser using PHP. In this tutorial, I will show you the basic PHP data types and how we work with variables, how we initialize variables, and how we uh, print something which is within the variable. So here we can see the basic data types of PHP. That's string data type, integer data type, float data type, boolean, array, null. PHP supports all these basic data types. The thing comes how we initialize these data types and how we declare variables. So we should know that there is no such specific syntax to declare the data types. We just need to initialize the variable and the compiler automatically detects the type of the data type through the value. So let's just start our code. By that we will uh, we will see uh, how the um, variables will be initialized and used. So let's just delete the unnecessary data so that it would be more readable, and let's start our code uh, between the PHP delimiters. Our file name is variables.php. Uh, so let's do it. Let's declare the first variable. We declare the variables using dollar keyword. Dollar is the way to declare the variable. Now what we do is variable name. Dollar user is the variable name. Now what we have to do, we put the uh, value within the variable. Now anything between double quotes will be considered as a string data type. Now what we are initializing dollar user with is a string input or a value. Let's uh, let's initialize dollar user with a string value that is coolboy. Coolboy, consider it as a name. Okay, consider coolboy as a name. Dollar user has a name. Now what we need to do is we need to print. We'll be using echo as um, our basic statement to print something. What we were doing in previous tutorial, we were using double quotes to print a specific statement. Now what here we are doing, here we are printing the variable itself. So let's see the effect on the browser. Let's open the browser. Let's navigate to localhost, uh, folder stitch, and our file name is variables.php. Okay, so we can see that what browser is showing is schoolboy. It means what PHP is throwing is the value of the variable. So it's definitely different from what we have done in the previous tutorial. Um, what echo is throwing here is the value within the variable. Now, what we can do, we can perform a simple calculation. We can perform a simple addition function. So let's initialize two variables, num1 with 10. Let's initialize variable 2 with 20. So there are two variables initialized, num1 and num2 with the integer value. Uh, PHP compiler will automatically understand that yes, 10 is an integer value, it has no double quotes, no nothing. So yes, it's integer value 10. There is no separate syntax to tell PHP that its integer value will be initialized. There is no such thing in PHP, and that's the reason it's a very user friendly. It's a programming language, programmer friendly type of language. So programmer doesn't need to bother much about the initializations. Um, let's move further. Let's declare a variable which is sum, and let's initialize here. Uh, let's initialize dollar $sum with the addition of num1 and num2. So here is it. We have made addition of two variables num1 and num2, and uh, we have saved the result in the $sum variable right away. So let's now print $sum. What we should see is 30. You can see it 30. So let's make it more user friendly and more interactive. Uh, what we can do is uh, we can do something to make it more understandable. Uh, we can uh, we can print the value of uh, previous variables like this. Number one is uh, comma. We use comma to print the second variable in uh, in the echo, and let's see the effect. Number one is 10. Okay, it's not uh, very much understandable. So let's put a break here, and we can see the effect of the break. The line is now break. Number one is 10:30. It's not actually 10:30. It's 10 and 30. So let's do it one more time for the second variable again. Okay, and that will be very good. Now you can see the changes are being made through PHP. I hope you are getting what program says and what the program is trying to do. Uh, let's move further. Its number two is 20. 30 is a value of sum. So what we can do last statement is we can use a break first, and we can tell that the sum is $sum. $sum has the value of the addition. Where it goes, very nice, huh? So it's it's pretty much dynamic, and when we use forms and get methods and post methods, it would be very much interesting to see these types of program. It's just from the basic we are going, so that we don't face any problems. Let's move further. Let's use one more function which will actually tell the type of the variable that it contains. Its function is var underscore dump. It's a PHP library function, and it will tell the attributes of the variable as well as its value. So what we can see is int 10. So we have put uh, $num1 as the argument. So $num1 is definitely a integer type, so it is providing int, and its value is 10, so it prints 10. Let's make it more readable again. Use a break tag in between. It is more understandable now. Let's do it same for the string variable that we have declared and initialized, that is $user. Let's see what it returns here. It is returning string with a 7 as length. Cool boy, it has 7 letters, so it is giving 7 here. Quite interesting, isn't it? It's good. Okay, you have seen integer and string in action, but let me give an example with the float variable. Um, let's initialize a variable with the name Daisy. Let's put a float variable in it. That's 10.50. We can also call it a double variable, but in PHP we say it's a float variable. Okay, that's much better. Let's first echo it to the readable format. That's $.defi. Sorry, it's a problem. Yes, it has printed the value 10.5. It has deprecated the 0. Uh, that's no problem for us. That's the compiler wish, not in our scope. There are functions to which we can manipulate the result. We will discuss them later on. And let's now uh, do something which we have done previously with other variables. Run the code dump, and this time $deci. Let's take the final result, and it's float with 10.5 as the value. So it's clear enough as what we are doing in the program. Let me just review the program for you. We have initialized a $user variable with the string value coolboy, which is being printed here. We have initialized a variable $num1 and $num2 with 10 and 20, which is being printed here. Uh, Sum is printed here using this statement, that is $sum. It is the processing statement, and this is the printing statement for that. After that, we have used var_dump function uh, so that the attributes of the variables can be identified. Uh, so definitely you must have got some grab on working with the variables in PHP. So that's all about this video. Thank you for watching. Um, in the next tutorial, we'll be doing something more with the variables, and probably we embed HTML into it and perform more dynamic things on it. Thank you very much. Keep watching my videos. Thank you.